Hey guys, how's it going? Not made a video since that hand cut chamber video on the cylinder. I've talked about it. I've been asked, I couldn't tell you how many times, to show a base cut without a lathe on cylinders that have skirts. The steels without skirts are easy. You can lay them down on a table with a piece of sandpaper or whatever. They're not bad to do at all. And these aren't bad to do either. I've said it over and over and over again. All you need is a piece of steel with a hole in it. I know people that cut them down with files. I know another guy, he's got like some weird cutter thing that you'll clamp this down. He goes down and then spins it by hand and it follows this, and it's got little cutters on it. He made some sort of handheld cutting tool. I'm waiting for a piston to show up for this, so we're not going to dink with this. This is for a different project. This is one of them $30 supposed to be a repop of the 371 piston and cylinder. I wanted to give it a try. I don't know the brand of it. Just came in a white box. I bought that probably almost a year ago. But I got this meteor here that I don't plan on cutting the chamber on. I've already pitched the gasket. So we'll start by getting a squish reading. These are plastic trimmers. These are Fujaya or something. These things work awesome. It's going to clear up or not. These things work awesome. You don't use them for wire cutters. I only cut soft bits of solder and plastic with them, or you can trim your solder off with a razor blade. Now, the most accurate reading that you're going to get on your squish is from the side center line to your wrist pin. If you go in from the front, well, the exhaust or whatever, like this, you're going to want to go over what you actually want, because when you're pushing here, when it comes up, it rocks on the slop in the bore and it changes it a few thousandths. So if you're looking for 20, you're going to want 23 to 25. So let's see where you hit the wall. Let's see where this one's at. Zeroed. 35 thou. So we'll take 5 thou away from that for slopping the piston. 30 thou. So we need to drop this 10 thou to get our 20 thou if that's what we want to run on this. So let's pull this off. This is a Neotech crankcase that I put new bearings and seals in, and it's got a highway crank. I was debating on, I was going to use it for a project, never got around to it, but I'm a little skeptical on this crankshaft there. I'll show you here in just a second. The connecting rod scares the bejesus out of me, because I've heard horror stories of people telling me that their rods have snapped and pushed through the bottom of the case and stuff. Right here, this is super thin. We're at 1 inch, or 100 thou and 115 thou in there. Factory. Hear that window whipping. Factory is 162, so they thinned it up, but I've heard that this aftermarket rod fatigues and breaks right here. You can see the thickness difference there. Here's another one too. Now this is the Neotech crank, and it's got a beefier rod, but the problem you run into with these Neotechs and some of the other Chinese ones, that Alibaba was the same way, is they take a damn different size wrist pin. So if they're cloning something, why the heck aren't they following, you know, if you go and buy replacement parts for 372 because your clone crapped out, parts don't fit, because not only did they not get the timing right on the flywheel key, they screwed up it's almost like they screwed up the freaking connecting rod. Instead of pitching it out, they just decided to go to the next size bigger wrist pin bearing. And I don't know what part number fits them things. Yeah. Alright. Let's get this shooken out. And let's get you guys over here to the apparatus that we're going to... Like I said, it's just a piece of metal with a hole in it. Piece of styrofoam. So, and it doesn't have to be as tight as fitting as this one. You know, if your hole's a little looser, you just keep it pushed to one side or the other when you do this. So, this fits the cylinder. Let's see here. Grab our abrasive. I let my fire go out for, I don't know, probably 4 days or so, and everything is super cold in here. Try not to cut myself. Probably an X-Acto knife would be a little better choice here. Cut down a bit through the top. Part of my razor blade. I got the wood stove just roaring wide open, trying to get everything warm back up in here. I'll have to cut this hole out and then go back and trim it up a little bit better. Hope you guys appreciate this. You can do a lot of things without a lathe. It's just a lathe does them a lot faster and more easier. I guess I have a razor blade sitting right there. Alright. Well, I should probably done that before we grab a marker. I already cut a little bit, but it'll be all right. So what ear are we gonna? I'm gonna put an X on an ear, and then that way we can check that. Every time. Let's see, we're 295, 96, 97, 297. Write that down. You guys wanted to see it, so it's not hard to find something with a hole in it. I imagine you could go down to the farm store and dig through their sprocket selections that, you know, you can put different pieces in, or whatever. You could go to a machine shop and have them build you one of these plates if you wanted to cut them all by hand. That's what it's looking like so far. I need air, so let me pause you. Alrighty guys, I think it's back on. I let the compressor pump up, so I got some air. And yeah, let's get back to it. I don't think we took much off. Just a few thousandths. Alright. Keep steady pressure. You don't want to try to cock it or anything. There's many ways to skin a cat. I've been asked, you know, probably 150 times to show cutting a base down by hand, and this is just one way of doing it. It's all about determination and willpower. Sometimes if I've done one on a lathe and I'm not liking the finish I'm getting, I'll use an apparatus like this to give it a nice good look. It doesn't take much at all. Spin it the other way. I think it goes faster, like on the steels where you can rock it back and forth, but let's take a reading. I'm not holding it in the same spot. Says it grew. I don't like that chatter I'm getting. This would have already been cut if it was done on a lathe. Let's go bolt it on and see what it's done. I'm not trusting my calipers there. this off and save it. Put it on that piston. I can feel that heat coming off my stove now, guys. Because we only got to drop this from 10 or so. I don't know if we'll have to trim the skirts. They're not hitting so far. We dropped at 5 thousandths. How many ever minutes that took to do was about 5 thousandths worth. Screwdriver. Don't know if I'm have enough memory in my memory card. We're already 18 minutes. I'm gonna pause you and sit here and twirl this a bunch, and then I'll bring you back. Alrighty, guys, I've had that paused way too long. Had a buddy stop over and then ended up shooting the shit with him. But I think I'm on the last home run with this. I think I've got it pretty close to where I want it. So I've put wood in the wood stove twice since I've paused this video, and I did wear my gloves for a little bit because my hands were starting to hurt. And I also carried some wood in, but let's see here. Where's my calipers? I think we're close. Let's pull this out for real good. Actually, don't look that bad. It did scuff up where the kernels were falling down inside of here a little bit, but that won't hurt nothing. Let's check my squish. I want somewhere between 20 and 25. And I feel just a slight bit of teeter-totter. Let's go over here to the other adjuster. Yes, the lathe is. This is a different. The lathe is way easier. Way easier. But I wanted to show you guys that this can be done. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Let's blow this. Let's blow this off. I hope I put it on the right way. Okay, she's sitting flat now. I don't hear no teeter-totter. So must just have to take just a little bit off. Let's grab a couple bolts. I'm going to switch out to my thinner solder. Makes it a lot easier to compress when you get it around the. Let's see where we're sitting at. Make sure that we're still at 0. Got 21 thou. So we successfully cut the base down with no machine work on this one. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this cylinder yet, but you guys wanted a video, so there's a video on it. And what did I do with that other piston? You know, say if you overshot it, you could take a piston, you know, with some sandpaper on it and twirl it around, you know, to get a little bit of that back. I'm assuming that's nickel coated. And this one is not really wanting to bite in. If that was aluminum, it would bite in. But yep, here's where I had to trim the skirts down just a little bit. And then this has, I think this Neotech has like a layer of clear coat over this bare aluminum here. Sure feels like it to me. But yep. So it can be done with just a basic piece of metal and a hole in it. So hopefully this video helped somebody out. This is nothing special at all. I would like to get this back off. If you let this stuff sit too long, it becomes a huge pain in the butt to get off. And then I won't throw this away. I'll actually rip this into pieces and use this on my mandrel for porting other things. I could spritz this off with some carb cleaner. This is probably going to stay over on my press. I actually built it for a different application, but it will work in this application too. So that's how you can cut a base down with without a lathe. You guys take it easy and have a good one. Let me know what you thought of the video.